Hello, and welcome to the Handy Outdoorsman. Today we have another gorgeous day, but there are some rain showers coming in this afternoon. So my daughter and I are here today to finish the food plot you see behind me. We're going to drag it and then go ahead and put down some seed, and then we're going to put on some liquid calcium, liquid fertilization to help with the growth and to help with the soil pH level. So we'll go through all that today, but the first thing we need to do right away is drag this field. So that's the first step in preparing to put down the seed. So we're not going to waste any time, a lot of talking, we're just going to get straight to work. So this is what we're working with. So obviously we have all of the rows where the tines came in and chopped everything up, and those are too deep to put seed in. So now what we're doing is just taking a pallet and coming back and just dragging this, and you can see that there's still some grooves in there, but this is just the first pass, but they're not as deep and there's not as many. So we're just dragging this field so that we have a little bit flatter surface to work with. So now I can multitask and do some other things while my daughter's flattening this out. So we should get quite a bit accomplished today. It's bringing up a lot of the grass that I was hoping would be turned under with the two-bottom plow. So we may have to take the rake to it just to kind of clean it up a little bit, but we'll see after we get this drug about 4 or 5 times. So let me explain to you what I've already learned by putting in my first food plot. As you can see here, we got still quite a bit of grass up on top. It's all dead. The glyphosate worked perfectly. However, I did not use the two-bottom plow correctly. That thing's going to take some time getting used to and figuring out exactly the settings on it as far as the depth, the angle, the speed, so that I can turn the grass over properly, or I should say the soil over properly, and turn that grass completely under. I've got spots here where I have no grass per se, and it turned out great, but then I have other spots over here where there's big clumps and I didn't turn it over deep enough, and so it's a learning curve for me. So if I can pass something on to you, if you're going to use a two-bottom plow, make sure you do some kind of practice run or stick with it until you get it perfect, completely turned over. I've got another food plot where I could not get the two-bottom plow in, so I didn't get a whole lot of practice other than this field here. But other than that, putting in the glyphosate, the fertilizer, the lime, that all went great. And then dragging it now, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better as far as the ruts for the seeds to fall into and go too deep. My only concern now is I think I'll be contending with a lot of grass when this does start to take off with the clover that I'm planting. So I see that now, that by getting rid of all this grass, it'll help me in the future of not having to fight it with the clover. Something to learn from. All right, we're making great progress here. I'm coming through and I'm just picking up the big clumps once they're drug up by the drag, and getting rid of most of it. I won't get rid of all of it, but most of it. It's always nice to have a little help. My wife was up last weekend, my daughter this weekend, so it's great. We should be able to make some good progress here today. All right, let me stop talking and get to work. We're almost done with dragging the field. Once the field is drug, then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to put in clover. And I'm putting in the Whitetail Institute Imperial Whitetail Clover. And I just plan on spreading it with a hand spreader that I have. I don't need to put down much. Actually, this bag here, it's 18 pounds, but it covers, 2.5 acres. I don't have nearly that to plant today, so I don't need much seed according to the directions. So we're going to go ahead and get this ready to put down some seed of clover, and then we'll go ahead and put some liquid fertilizer on top of that. Let me show you what fertilizer or liquid calcium I'm using to spray on top of the seed. Once we get the seed down, then I'm going to come back and put down this liquid calcium. And this is made by a company called Agritech International, and it's highly recommended to help food plots or any kind of vegetation that has low acidic. So some people use this in place of lime. I'm just deciding to do both. I'm hoping that my overdoing it, if you will help me to have a successful food plot here. So once the seed is down, I'll come back, mix this up in the sprayer, and then go ahead and spray this on top of the seed. I will not be dragging the seed to cover it up. Okay, so we've got a little bit more work to do. Let's keep plugging along. Half-hour dragging. We're finally getting it clean. We're coming through and we're picking up clumps, but we're still going to have a few more out here. Not a whole lot we can do about that, but as far as getting a nice seed bed, I think we're there. Okay, just got a couple more passes and then we'll start throwing down the clover. Alright, so we got this pretty well cleaned up. Got rid of most of the grass. There are still some clumps here and there, but it is what it is. We're trying to learn as we go here. So what I have here is a container full of clover. And what I'm going to do is open it up as minimal as I can so that the seed starts coming out. So that I'm not going to put this entire thing in basically half the plot. I want to put this entire container through this entire plot. And even if I have to go over it 2 times, maybe 3 times, I know I've got the right amount of coverage for this size plot. So again, this is Whitetail Institute Imperial Clover. So we'll see how this goes. It should be easy to see going on the ground since it's blue. All right, let me get to spreading and get this done. So here we are. We've put, we drug it, we put the seed down, and then we put the liquid calcium on. So we should be good. So it's also starting to rain here a little bit, and so what perfect timing. I checked the weather radar just a moment ago, and it's coming in nice and steady, nothing too major, so just a nice gentle mist for right now, so that's great. So this is my introduction to Food Plots 101. I've never put one in before. I went out and read some read some books, watched some videos, and I believe this is how it should be done. I won't know if I properly comprehend everything until something grows or doesn't. But I think we'll be just fine. There's been enough prep work and enough care taken to make sure that we followed all the steps that everyone recommends. So now we wait. I won't be back up here for 2 weeks, and I don't think that we'll have any growth by then, but maybe. You never know. I'm thinking maybe 3 to 4 weeks we should be seeing something. But hopefully when we come back I can give you another update. But this is the third video in how to put in a food plot 101. I hope that you found this series helpful and encouraging to go out and maybe try it on your own. And again, you don't have to have a tractor and the implements that I have. I'm just fortunate that I was able to use the tractor I had and pick up a couple of used implements fairly cheaply. So, but you can do this by hand with a rototiller if you have one for your garden, or they buy those discs that can fit on the back of ATVs, and they say those work just as well. So as always, I appreciate you watching. If you like this series, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate the support. So until next time, take care and God bless.